detox, what are your expectations?
My expectations are that I will get frustrated not being able to use technology, especially since I'm not going to be able to contact my friends to hang out, but I'll make it through.
I'm a little nervous, actually. I don't really know what I'm going to do.
So what technology do you think will be the hardest for you to give up?
My phone.
My phone.
What do you plan to do in your free time?
I'm going to clean my apartment. It could use it, and cook food.
Probably study and just clean my house. Like, I'll try and venture out, but I don't know how I'll be able to find people.
What preparations have you done for this detox?
I haven't made any preparations, but I'm just going to go for it.
Well, I've notified my parents. They're kind of confused why I'm doing this, but they understand, and then that's about it. My classes don't have much to do with technology, so I'm good to go for this.
I just have a few questions for you to check in. Tell me about your detox so far. What has it been like without technology?
Well, I had no idea what to do, so I basically cleaned my apartment last night, read a book, tried out the journal thing.
It's been weird.
So originally you said your phone was going to be the hardest for you to give up. Is that still the hardest, or is it a different technology?
I think I miss my computer more.
I mean, it would be nice to have my laptop. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. Can I go ask somebody else?
Alright, so I'm about to go find out what time it is in Perth, Australia right now. Let's go. The only thing I can think is that it's 12.
Keep thinking.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the morning? Final answer?
2 o'clock a.m.?
Yeah.
That is correct.
12?
Yup, there it is. Took you long enough, right?
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was it to successfully complete the task without technology?
Scale of 1 to 10. I think 5.
A lot harder. I don't think I've actually gone to the library to take a book out since I was maybe 7.
What was the hardest part of it? Like, was it figuring out where to start, or like going from place to place, asking for help, knowing if you were right?
The hardest part, I have to say, was finding what time zone, like finding the right Perth and like finding the time zone that it was in and in relation to where it was.
Figuring out where to start. My initial thought was just go ask somebody else to look up, and then I was told I was not allowed to do that. And then it took me a while to realize that I am in a building filled with books that I'm supposed to look up that information in.
Well, once again, congratulations, and good luck with the rest of your hours.
What has life been like these past 40 hours?
Kind of hate it. I don't miss like Facebook or anything like that. It's just not having communication with other people is really starting to bother me, and I'm really starting to annoy my friends, I think.
Life has been, well, first of all, I've been a lot more productive. I actually did a lot of cleaning. I read a book that I've been meaning to finish. I think it's been, I haven't been distracted by technology, so I've been able to get a lot more done. I've also been really bored at times, though, because I didn't have anything to do.
How do you feel being secluded from technology for this long?
It's okay. Like I said, it's just not being able to communicate with other people is really annoying.
It's, in some way, a little bit freeing because I don't have to worry about always checking it, and in another way, it's a little bit stressful.
So the longer you've been doing this detox, what other struggles have you faced? Like, what has come up?
Just trying to meet up with people. Like, I'm supposed to meet up with somebody else right after this, and the response when I asked for a time to meet him, he said ish when he gave me the time, and that doesn't work with me.
Just not being able to contact my people, like group projects and things like that, and just not being able to help with the group projects because I can't use computers.
So have people been treating you differently since you started the detox?
Yes and no. When they realize what I'm doing, they just start making fun of me and teasing me that I can't use the technology.
I think that a few other people have actually been a little bit sympathetic because they were on it too, and they're like, I totally understand, like, they're telling me the time because I never know what time it is. I have to ask everywhere. And some people who didn't know about it are like, wow, that's really interesting.
So far, have you learned anything that's like jumped out to you that you noticed?
Everybody else constantly has a phone in their hand.
I have learned that I'm a lot more productive when I'm not watching Netflix all the time.
And what do you anticipate will happen when you first get your technology back?
I'm gonna start texting people.
I'm gonna respond to all of my text messages.
Yellow pages, do those things still exist?
Directions or
Ooh, phone
locations.
book. Alright, we're on a mission to find a phone book. No one has a phone book.
We were told to get rid of them because they're all outdated. That's what we were told.
Oh my goodness.
They used to be.
Do we have like the yellow pages or something here? Try this.
But I can use a landline and call 411. Technical difficulties. It's just beeping. Is that normal? I don't know how to use landline. I'm on hold. And I even got the address from the guy. It's 74 Culture Avenue. It's in Suburban Square.
So what do you think the hardest part was?
Thinking of the book I needed to get.
Finding the phone number of the right place was probably the hardest part.
What do you think it would be like going without technology for a longer period of time? How do you think it would affect like what you do and whatnot?
I think it would be impossible. Like, we rely on it too much. I have not checked my email. I can't use my phone to text people. I think it's impossible.
Congrats on completing your 48-hour detox. What have you taken away from this project?
You can't communicate without technology. I hate it.
I've definitely realized that technology is a lot more a part of my life than I thought it was.
So was it easier or harder than you thought?
It was actually a lot harder than I thought.
I think it was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be.
Would you consider doing this again, but for a longer period of time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I would.
Now that you're back into the digital world, what does it feel like?
Slowly getting back into normal things.
It's a little bit relieving because now I can contact people and I feel a part of the world again.
So after completing this detox, do you feel like you're using technology less, or do you feel like you just went right back to using it the same?
I think I went right back to using it the same. Not much has changed.
I'm trying to not use it as much so that I'm not overwhelming myself with technology.
How do you feel since you were so productive without technology and now you have it back in your hands?
I feel about the same.
It kind of seems like a dream. It's because it was such a different experience that I'm not used to.
Since you were away from technology for 48 hours, can you agree that our generation is like technology dependent?
Yes, absolutely. But it's not just our generation, it's everybody that's alive right now, even like our parents.
Definitely. 100% we're obsessed with technology.